price of being the first. It's the kind of thing that people call a blessing and a burden. Because who didn't want to be first, right? First place, first win, first success. But being the first to be born, that one feels different. It's not a trophy. It's a responsibility handed to you before you even open your eyes. And just like celebrities, honor students, or champions who say that being at the top feels lonely and suffocating, many firstborns feel the same way. Not all, but many. Especially here in the Philippines, where the eldest is often called pag-asa ng pamilya, or hope of the family. Before you even know your favorite color, the world already knows its expectations of you. And that's where the three ways begin: pressure, perfectionism, and parentification. And let's start with the one eldest children feel the earliest: pressure. As the firstborn, you are often the family's prototype, the trial. You're the test run for your parents, the first to carry their dreams, the first to hold their reputation. We become the face of the family. The anak ni Mare graduating na daw. Anak ni ano nahuli. The child whose success reflects on everyone, whose failure can be feel like shame for all. That's not just a feeling. Some studies show it may have real effects. In 2021 population-based study among 9 to 10-year-old children in Tokyo, researchers found that firstborn scored higher on conduct problems compared with lastborns or middleborns. So the quiet pressure you feel at family reunions, in aunties' comments, in the way relatives compare you, that pressure is real, and it can influence how children behave and cope. And when pressure becomes constant, it often grows into perfectionism.
Perfection. The golden child image sounds flattering, pero ang totoo, nakakapagod. When you're always expected to be the example, you learn to perform perfection. You learn that mistakes aren't allowed, that slipping up is a risk not just to you but to the family's face. You internalize the message, you must look perfect. Recent research shows since 2020, perfectionism is a growing problem and is linked to mental health risks. It finds that socially prescribed perfectionism and perfectionistic concerns are associated with anxiety, depressive symptoms, and burnout. That means the pressure to appear perfect is not harmless. It can make people anxious, exhausted, and isolated. Why would firstborn be very vulnerable? Because parents often place their highest initial expectation on the eldest. They are the trailblazers, the one expected to lead and succeed. When those expectations become a constant standard, perfectionism becomes a survival strategy, not to fail, only to perform. And when even perfection can hold the house together, some families rely on their eldest to step into adult roles.
Parentification. The word is long, but the experience is familiar to many firstborns. It's when a child becomes a mini parent, babysitting younger siblings, managing household chores, absorbing the parents' emotional worries, even mediating fights, instrumental tasks, emotional labor, both. Recent reviews and empirical studies in the 2020 to 2023 window show that parentification is when children take on adult roles too early, is linked with higher emotional burden, stress, and risk for anxiety and burnout. In short, doing adult work as a child can harm well-being. And culturally, in many Filipino households, eldest daughters and sons are often expected to be helpers and keepers of family order. Qualitative and survey work done recently suggests eldest children report more caregiving responsibilities and the emotional weight of family problems compared to their siblings. The heartbreaking part is parentified children often can't show weakness. They internalize adult worries and feel guilty taking rest. They become the family's first responder, but it costs them childhood, sometimes even their mental health.
So what do we do with that cost? Let's bring it together. When you're the firstborn, people see your strength, but rarely do they see the cost.
They see the medals, the maturity, the responsibility, but not the nurse who cried quietly so no one would worry.
Not the pressure you carry, not the perfection you chase, not the parent you had to become too early.
So today, we're not asking for special treatment.
We're asking for something simpler, for families to remember that the eldest is still a child.
Still learning, still growing, still deserving of softness.
Because the pag-asa ng pamilya shouldn't be the one who has the hope alone. Being first shouldn't come at the cost of the childhood.
Let's honor the title, The Price of Being First.
Not by piling burdens, but by letting the firstborn just be a child.